Hi, welcome back to my channel. It's Lyndsay from Lulubelle's Bakes, and I'm just continuing on with my Easter cake tutorial. And today I'm just going to show you how to paint some grass onto the side of the cake before we put all the other decorations on. So before we put the picket fencing on and the flowers, you want to put the base on, which is the grass. So for the grass, I'm using Kolor-Burst Lime Green food coloring gel. And I'm just going to use a few drops of white alcohol, and if you don't want to use alcohol, you can use lemon juice or quick dry essence. And I'm using a very thin bristled brush, and that's going to give me the nice strokes on the side of the cake. And I've also got a plastic painter's palette, and into that I'm going to put a few drops of the food gel. So in my painter's palette, I'll just quickly show you there. So I've got a few drops of food gel in the one, and I've got white alcohol in the other one. And I'm going to be going between the two, just getting the consistency right for my brush strokes around the cake. And here I've got my cake that I'm going to be doing. I've already started. So I'm just going to continue. Let's just show you that. Let's just zoom in down there for you. So I'm just going to continue doing this around the side of the cake until I meet up where I started. And you can get the darker pieces in front without diluting the paint. You can see if I dilute it a bit with the vodka, it goes a little bit lighter. Always gives a nice effect on the cakes. Then you can just go around and just check that everything's 100%. Just bear in mind, most of this is going to be covered up with the picket fencing, but at least you'll see the grass underneath. Right, I'll be back shortly to show you how to put the picket fence on. So for my picket fence, I'm using the White Blossoms modeling paste, and I'm using a wood grainer and a little picket fence stencil cutter. I have a craft knife and my water pen and my nylon rolling pin. Right, so I'm just going to roll the modeling paste. Make sure there's no cracks, just roll it out. Take your nylon rolling pin, and you want to roll this fairly thin. And then you take your wood grainer and you're just going to roll over that just to get the impression into the flour paste. Lift it up, you can see there's the wood grain. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, then I'm going to take my stencil cutter, and I'm just going to cut out the picket fences. You want to press down really hard, wiggle it up and down and back and forth just to clean off all the edges. Stuck like that, don't worry, you can always cut it out. Just go over it. Sorry, that's my dogs playing in the background outside. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to lift off the excess, take out the little bits in the center, and trim off any rough edges. And also pick it up and just press those down with your fingers. Just make sure all the little rough edges are all smoothed off. Now you can do this with gum paste as well. It actually works really nicely with gum paste, but I like using the Blossoms modding paste. Right, it just holds its shape nicely. There we go. Now to attach this to the cake, you take your water pen and you just brush the water onto the picket fence, and you take that and you place it onto the side of your cake, and the water will adhere it nicely to the cake. There we go. And there's the first lot up. I'm not going to do it the whole way around because I do want little gaps in between, just so I can put some little flowers or a little bunny there. Now for this, the next one you're going to pop that there. Just make sure that they stay nicely. Make sure that the sides meet up nicely. There we go. And that's how you do it, going around.